Okay, so this is what we're going to make. This is a hair elastic. We're going to make this today, and I prepared kits, so we're going to take a peek and see what we get in our kit. Okay. All right, so this is what my kit looks like. It may vary, the bag, color, size. The colors inside may vary, but this is what the kit should look like that you bought. So we're going to go ahead and open it, and this is to make an elastic with dreadlocks, which is great for, you can change the colors up. It's good for St. Patrick's Day, Christmas Day, Valentine's Day, Canada Day. You can change it up to different colors. You can add multiple colors next to it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to leave this so you can kind of see that. So this is what you're going to get inside your kit. This here is some shaved soap. So you're going to have this shaved soap. You're going to need, one thing you don't have is you're going to have to find yourself a bottle, sort of like this, a water bottle, put some holes in it so that you can use it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put some warm water, not too hot, warm water, and you're going to place your soap inside of this bottle. You're not going to maybe necessarily need it all, but start with just 1 or 2 pieces and just sort of plop them inside of your bottle. And that's going to make the soap nice and soft, okay? So that way it's going to be slippery for you to work with the wool. What I suggest to do is just put your fingers over the holes and just very lightly go ahead and give it a bit of a shake, and that soap is going to go ahead and mix. Okay, so we've got our soap. I've also given a small piece of bubble wrap because you're going to need, because when you're trying to work with wool, what you need is you need to have friction. So this little piece of bubble wrap here is what you're going to be rolling on. So also inside, I've put in a couple of extra pieces of roving. Okay, so today I've got some mint green, and like I said, the kits may vary on colors, but I've decided to go with a mint green, and then I've got this one that has some different colors into it. So basically what I'm going to do is, this is kind of more so for my Halloween one that I have for people that wanted to get wear it for Halloween. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your roving and you're going to just slowly start to pull this into long lengths as you come down. And then you're just going to set those aside. And those are the pieces that you're going to work with, okay? So we're going to go and try to get as many as we can. So I've got 2 there of the green. Here's a 3rd piece. And if you think these are too long, feel free. They don't have to be this long. You can make them shorter if you'd like. So you could always turn around and make them a tiny bit shorter. So there, I've got a fair little bit here. Now, the other part to remember is that you're going to be getting 2 pieces is how that's going to work. So I'll show you that near the end. And now we're going to do the same thing with this orange multiple colors. So we're going to put this over here. We're going to just try to divide these into different strips. And you have to have an animal fiber, okay? So you have to have like a sheep fiber, an alpaca, wool, in order for this to work. So you have to make sure that you have 100% wool in order for this to work. So we're going to start with that. So I'm going to start with my orange piece. So I've laid down my piece of bubble wrap here, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nice long piece of orange and I'm going to start at this one end. I'm going to take my bottle that I put my soap in, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to gently spray this down. And now what I'm going to do is, using my hands, I'm just going to gently start to rub, okay? So you might need to hold this down a little bit. And I'm just going to gently rub down, okay? Now, if you don't find that the soap is acting quite right, you can also take more of your soap and just rub it against it. But you're going to want to go back and forth, okay? So you're going to go back and forth all the way down. And you're just rolling it back and forth. And this is a fun activity for kids, for young kids to do as well. This is a great activity for them to do as well, is to just go ahead and do this. All right, so here we go. I'm just working down, and now I'm going to pull this up. And then I'm going to wet this a tiny bit more. And I'm going to start to roll. There we go. And I'm just starting to roll. And you can start to see that the soap is actually breaking up in my bottle, which is exactly what I want. So I'm just going to try and move that along. I'm going to wet it a bit more. And I'm just rolling. This is all I'm doing, is I'm just rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay? So you're going to roll all the way down, and you just keep rolling until you have it nice and tight. Okay? And you'll start to see that it does kind of start to stretch. And we're just rolling to make sure that we have it nice and tight. If you don't like to do it on the wrap, you can also put it in your hands and just roll back and forth, just like this in your hands. It's the friction that is causing the wool to come together, okay? So that's exactly what we want, is we want that friction that's causing the wool to bind together, okay? And then once you're satisfied with that one, we're just gonna set that one aside. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move over to a green one. Okay, so let's pick up a nice green one here. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go like this. We're gonna wet it, and same thing. You're gonna hold on to that bubble wrap and you're just gonna roll. That's all you're doing. You're just rolling your fingers over top of this wool. Okay, you're just rubbing it over top of your bubble wrap, and that's causing the friction for it to work together. Okay, and we're going to keep doing that until we get them all done. Now in this one, I've decided that I want to add 2 colors. So as you can see here, I've got my green piece laying down, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go ahead and put this nice red on top, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay this down. I'm going to give my soap a bit of a shake here, my soapy water. I'm going to lay this down, and now I'm going to roll back and forth. And now you can see how I'm getting the 2 colors together, are twisting together. Okay. Now the end result, what you need is you need something to be able to add friction. Okay. Now I couldn't put a great big piece of bubble wrap, unfortunately, because I just don't have that big a piece to put in my packages. But if you do have something like this, or a cutting mat that has some ridges on it, or another piece of bubble wrap, it works really, really well. So I'm going to actually set that aside, and I'm just going to use my mat here right now. And I'm just going to rub back and forth, okay? And you can start to see where the green and the orange are coming together, okay? So I've just decided that I wanted to have not all of them just be green and orange. So I've decided to do extra colors here, okay? Now I'm just rubbing it all the way down, all the way down. I'm going to get more of this wet. We're just rubbing back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going to go all the way to the end. And it's okay that the orange didn't come all the way down. I'm okay with that. There we go. And I'm just going to keep rubbing until I'm happy with the size and make sure that it's all come together. Sorry that my table's wiggling. And there we go. Okay. So now you can see that I've got the 2 colors entwined. So I'm now going to set that over there. Okay, so I didn't see the point in you guys watching me continue to roll those. So I went ahead and I rolled them. So as you can see, I've got my bunch here. Okay. And so basically also what's in your kit is you also have a hair elastic. Okay. So now what you're going to do, if you find these too long, then one of the things that you can do is you can cut them now that they're still wet. And what you're going to do is you're just going to roll to be able to basically make that end so that it doesn't open up. Okay, so my mat is still wet and that's what I'm rubbing on. And how you're going to put these together, okay, is you're going to basically bend it so that it's almost even like that, okay? And then you're going to take your elastic and you're just basically going to pinch and then pull the loop down and pull. And then it's on there, okay? It's not going to go anywhere. All right. So now, because I've decided that I'm doing that one a little bit shorter, I am going to cut another one here. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub it quickly because it's still wet, okay? And you're going to hang these to dry, okay? You are going to hang them to dry. But first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to put them all on here. Same thing. You're going to get them so that they're somewhat even, okay? And you're just going to put this on here. So you've got a loop here, okay? And you're going to take those two tails and you're going to pull them through your loop. And then you're going to pull those two tails to make that tight. And then there you go. You've got that attached on there, okay? So I'm now going to take this one here. Same thing because I'm doing orange, green. So now I'm going to go ahead. There's my loop, okay? I'm going to take those two tails and I'm just going to pull them through here, and then I'm going to pull it again. And I'm going to work until I don't have any more left, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Now I cut that, so I just need to rub this here a little bit. Sorry for my shaky. And I'm not find that one too long. So again, I'm just going to make it so that it's even. Put that loop here, okay? And now I'm going to pull those two tails through and pull, okay? Now I need another orange. Some of these are still too long, so I'm going to cut them. And you can use this, you can use these full length. You can use them short. They're just a fun way to decorate something. That you know, because let's face it, we all have things that we want to decorate for our kids or ourselves, and we just aren't sure. We need something last minute, and this really, really is a great last minute project to do. It doesn't take very long, and the end result is you're just basically adding it to maybe an elastic, or you're adding it to a scrunchie. Maybe you want to add them to a barrette. That you can clip in your hair because maybe you don't have long hair to tie back. But these are just an excellent, excellent fun way. I'm going to keep working on this and then I'll show you it when I'm done. Okay, so here it is done. Okay, so as you can see, I've got them all around. You hardly see the elastic at all. And you can make these in any color. It all depends on the wool. So in my kits, I tend to only put 2 colors, but they do vary in the different colors that I choose. But they're just a great fun thing to wear in your hair, or like I said, you can also add them to a hair clip and dress up a person's hair clip. So thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you've purchased a kit from me and are watching this video, thank you so much for supporting me, and have a great day. Bye.